was legitimate, but he had to go into the Navy because he was the son of, he had two parents, but he was basically brought up by his mom, who worked in a chipment factory. Would send her sons to the movies on Saturdays with 10 cents. The movie cost 9 cents, and then they had a penny to buy their candy, and that was supposed to keep them for the whole Saturday morning and afternoon, so they could watch lots and lots of cartoons. So I understand exactly what you're saying, but on the other hand, I also think that when we're talking about King's war on poverty, or his effort to bring the American people to an understanding and a commitment to do something about poverty, that in this ironic and twisted way, and my husband was not drafted, he volunteered. And he volunteered basically because I heard somebody say, because he didn't have any money. But so I just think that there's a duality here that we have to acknowledge in terms of the important role that the military plays for poor, not just African Americans, but Latinos and white Americans.
I want to ask you to just build on that, because we moved from a period where, if I notes, I mean, the United States military was segregated up until the end of the 1940s. And here at the height of
segregated until the United States military was segregated until about the Korean War. We let black people in, and we said that they would be in this whole kind of thing. I mean, the Navy did not become integrated until the 60s. Right? I mean, my brother was in the Navy. I mean, my brother spent was a career Navy person. That one of the things he did was to try to, it was the work to get the Navy to figure out ways of being integrated.
Right. So now let's fast forward to today. We've had an African-American head of the armed forces in Colin Powell. We've had a national security advisor, Secretary of State, in Condoleezza Rice. And yet we still find ourselves in war. It happens to be in the Middle East or South Asia rather than Southeast Asia. We've made progress in dismantling the apparatus and laws associated with racism, but something about that progress has not yet transformed itself into a way that we are able to think collectively about the cost of war. What's going on?
Well, I don't think it's just the cost of war. I think it's also the cost of racism. I mean, that even this war now is being fought disproportionately by young men and women who are poor and also black, or poor and also Latino, poor and white. And that those are the people who are going into the military at this point. I don't think it's just, you know, I don't think we know in this country what to do about poverty, right? Except to hide it. Or hide it, or to, in some ways, create it as its own war zone, meaning that poor whites believe that it's poor blacks who have taken their American dream from them. This is something that was a really good book about the Arkansas desegregation case in 1957. It's by a woman named Beth Roy, and it's called Bitters in the Honey. And she describes interviewing white people who had been going to Central High School in 1957 when it was first integrated by a group of very carefully selected black people who were very well-mannered and very well prepared. And she found 30 years after that, meaning in the 1980s, because Little Rock Central High School was desegregated in 1957, she found that the whites who went to Central High School were still furious about what had happened. And they felt that their opportunities to be associated with middle class and upper middle class whites was destroyed by desegregation, because at the same time that they desegregated Central High School, the upper class whites built their own high school called Hall High School in the nicer part of Little Rock. It was a public high school. So for the poor and working class whites at Central High School, desegregation meant downward economic mobility.
So that takes us back to GAR, because that's an intersection, that's not an issue of race, that's race and class coming together in a violent way, in some sense, right? GAR, you certainly know a lot about
It's why I wanted to introduce some of those unexpected quotes from King, and I certainly found them surprising that he was opening up.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of your Human Service News and Information. I'm Hassan Rashid, your host, and I'll be with you for approximately 25 more minutes. It's excellent being with you, and it's such a great achievement to come into your households and wherever you be, watching this broadcast like we do here at CCTV daily. Okay, the opening video was a video depiction, or rather commemoration of when Dr. Martin Luther King came to Cambridge. Okay, he came to Cambridge in 1967, and this commemoration was held 2013 at the First Parish Church in Cambridge. So the small snippet that you saw, vignette, or whatever you want to call it, was featuring Harvard professor Lanny Guinier and Gar Apperowitz, and the co-founder of the Vietnam Summer, and State Representative Byron Rush. We're going to try to get back to that video, trying to set the tone for the winding down of Black History Month, 2015. Okay, so it's a few more days left, so you still have time to go out and celebrate Black History Month. There's a lot of activities surrounded around Black History themes this weekend in Cambridge, and we're going to try to get to some of those events for you and just pinpoint them so that you can find your way if you're still interested in the winding down celebration of Black History Month. Once again, I'm Hassan Rashid, and this is your Human Service News and Information. Okay, we're going to start off with a little bit of information I want to share with you about the president's budget. Okay, there's a fact sheet on homeless assistance, and this is a little rundown of what the homeless mosaic in our country can expect through the president's 2016 budget. Okay, the President Obama 2016 budget demonstrates his deep commitment to ending homelessness. The budget makes investments needed to end chronic homelessness in 2017, makes significant progress towards ending homelessness among families, children, and youth in 2020, and states efforts to end veterans' homelessness in 2015. In his budget, the president calls for nearly $5.5 billion in targeted homeless assistance. In addition to targeted homeless assistance, the budget also includes key investments in mainstream programs needed to end homelessness, such as 67,000 new housing choice vouchers to support low-income houses, including families experiencing homelessness, survivors of domestic and dating violence, families with children in foster care, youth aging out of foster care, and veterans experiencing homelessness regardless of their discharge status. With the launch of Opening Doors in 2010, the President set an ambitious goal to end homelessness across the nation, and since then, we have made significant progress. Overall, homelessness is down 10% since 2010, including 25% reduction in the unsheltered homelessness. So there's good projections, and there's a little hope in this budget of the president if it gets through the Senate and the I guess that's the House. So that's $5 billion is targeted towards homeless assistance. So I think that's something that we can support. Okay, that's good news for homeless. Okay, the homeless folks in our community. Okay, the NDD United, together with diverse groups, addressed the importance of eliminating sequestration, fiscal austerity. Okay, the Bipartisan Budget Act negotiated by the President, Representative Paul Ryan and Senator Patty Murray provided partial temporary relief from sequestration with the return of full sequestration in 2016. You hear that? The return of full sequestration in 2016. NDD, United Alliance of Organizations working together to protect non-defense discretionary funding, has renewed its effort to bring an end to sequestration. So today the NDD joined more than 2,100 organizations from across the sector of the economy and social society to urge Congress and President Obama to work towards an end sequestration. The letter emphasized the importance of non-defense discretionary NDD programs, the harmful effects of budget cuts to date, and the equal importance of both defense and non-defense programs in America's security at home and abroad, and thus the need for equal sequestration relief. So what you can do is you can contact your elected officials and tell them that you're for equal sequestration relief, so that we can beat this coming in 2016 of full sequestration. Okay, so what you got to do is it's still time. You can still time to turn the tables on this full sequestration in 2016 by contacting your elected officials and tell them that you need equal sequestration relief. Okay, all right. We're gonna do some real skipping here. Got a lot of things that I wanted to more things, federal things that pertain to federal government, but we're gonna go right on to the state of Massachusetts, the Commonwealth. Okay, the Attorney General Maura Haley makes inquiry into insurance claims rejection for 2 Long Island shelters. Attorney General Maura Haley office is making an inquiry into insurance claims rejections for 2 drug treatment centers that had to shut down when Boston closed the Long Island Bridge last fall. Philadelphia Insurance Company, a large insurer of social services agencies, rejected business interruptions claims submitted by Victory Programs, which ran Jolene Family Home, a 47-bed center for women who are trying to kick drugs and are often homeless. Philadelphia also rejected a similar claim filed by Bay Cove Human Services, whose Andrew House Detox Center on the island had served 100 people a week, or about 5,000 a year. We were very concerned when we read today's story, said Corey Wilford, Chief of Staff for Haley. We reach out to the organizations and are taking a look at the policy and documentations to see if there's any way that we can help. Both Victory Programs and Bay Cove said they had paid for insurance policies for many years to cover business interruptions. Okay, Philadelphia in its rejection letter said the claims were not covered because the bridge failed due to wear and tear, not from an accident such as a fire collisions. Okay, we're gonna move right along here. There's another item here that relates to this inquiry into insurance claims. Okay, this is from the Providers Council. That's the Human Service Providers Council of Massachusetts, and this is a letter that they sent in regards to this Philadelphia Insurance Company. It says, we at the Providers Council, the State Association of Health and Human Service Agencies, were surprised and disappointed to learn that the Philadelphia Insurance Company unfairly denied claims by agencies who provided critical service to some of the state's most vulnerable residents on Long Island. These nonprofit community-based organizations were not responsible for maintaining a bridge connecting Long Island to the mainland. Their job was to provide essential rehabilitation services for Commonwealth's residents. Human service nonprofits have no control over bridge condition, and thus it is unreasonable for an insurance company to deny a claim because the business interruption policy does not include bridge wear and tear. Unfortunate victims of this tragic event are the clients who will not receive appropriate treatment now that these facilities have closed. More than 160 treatment beds, about half of which were dedicated exclusively to women, have been lost, and none have been relocated or reopened since. Those beds dedicated to women represent 70% of the women's only recovery home treatment programs in Boston. We need these programs more than ever, especially when the state saw more than 170 opioid-related deaths in the last 2 months of 2014. We're encouraged to learn that Attorney General Mara Haley is reviewing this matter. We urge Philadelphia Insurance Company to reconsider its decision. Okay. Okay, another item here from the Caring Force, which is another wing of the Providers Council. And this starts out like this. Over the past 3 years, thousands of Caring Force members have attended our State House rallies to advocate for fair funding for human service programs and adequate salaries for low-paid direct care workers. Okay, now we need your help. Please plan to join us at the State House on Tuesday, April 7th at 10 a.m. as we let the new administration, new legislators, and of course our longtime supporters know how they can support the human service sector and workforce in 2015. The Providers Council has a pro-workforce legislative agenda for the new session aimed at supporting our workers and the human service sector through access to affordable health, increased higher educational opportunities, a robust loan repayment program, and support for human service social enterprises. Okay, so if you'd like more information on this joining the Caring Force on Tuesday, April 7th at 10 a.m. at the State House, you can go to the Caring Force website. That's www.thecaringforce.org. That's www.thecaringforce.org. If you're interested in supporting human service, low-paid human service workers and human service programs, and low-paid direct care workers, so you can prepare to be there on April 7th at 10 a.m. Okay, that clock is winding down, and you know what that means. There's never enough time to do everything that we would like to do, but okay, I'm going to jump from state to Cambridge, and right now we're going to try to give you some updates on what you can do as these last few days of Black History wind down for 2015. Okay, on February 26th, that's tomorrow, 6 to 8 p.m. at the Cambridge Public Library, 449 Broadway. The evening will feature a moderate panel discussion, Black college athletes, education, myth, and realities. Light refreshments will be served. This program is free and open to the public. Okay, okay, Thursday again. Okay, that's I just announced that. That's at the Cambridge Public Library, 6 to 8 p.m. 449 Broadway, an event celebrating Black History Month. So it's not all over yet. Okay, you still got time to go out there and celebrate with all the black folks. Okay, and their guests. So it's going to be a diverse event. Okay, so you get on out there, and okay, one more is okay, Friday. That's this is the classic adaptation of Lorraine Hansberry play star Sidney Porter and the original Broadway cast. That's 28th Main Library Lecture Hall. That's at the Public Library too. So that's on the 28th. Okay, that's a classic adaptation of Lorraine Hansberry play star Sidney Porter and the original Broadway cast. Civil Rights Fight. That's a part of the Civil Rights film series that they've been holding all of February. Every weekend of February they've been having these films related to Black history. So you get out there tomorrow. I mean, that's February 28th. This classic adaptation of Lorraine Hansberry play stars Sidney Porter and the original Broadway cast. Okay, I gotta get into another area of some important information I want to share with you about Cambridge. The City of Cambridge participatory budget vote. Okay, now you can vote on which project that you feel should be funded from this the $500,000 set aside account to improve the city of Cambridge. So March 22nd to 28th, 2015, you can vote for which project you want. So that's at Cambridge Public Library, 449 Broadway, Sunday, March 22nd, 2 to 4 p.m. Cambridge City Hall, 795 Massachusetts Avenue, Monday, Friday, March 23rd to 27th, Monday, 1 to 8 p.m., Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 1 to 5 p.m., Friday, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So there's also the Cambridge Community Center, 5 Calvert Street, Saturday, March 28th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's right. Vote for which project in the participatory budgeting process that you would like to see funded from an account of $500,000. That's $500,000. For a full list of voting locations and times, please visit, now take this down, remember this now, www.cambridgemi.gov/yourbudget, okay? And if you'd like additional information, you can also call this number, 617-349-3266, okay? All righty, we're gonna go to, I think we got one more announcement that we can make before we have to leave you for another week. Give you some rundowns of what's going around Cambridge. Today at 5:30 p.m., the Cambridge Housing Authority, Central Office, 362 Green Street, 4th floor boardroom, they're having their a meeting of the Cambridge Board of Commissioners. Friday, the meeting of the Affordable Housing Trust, 4 p.m., City Hall, Ackerman Room. February 26th, City Council Ordinance Committee, public hearing to continue a discussion on Normandy twinning petition, 5:30 a.m., 459 Broadway, Henrietta St. Atlas meeting room. This meeting will be televised, okay? So another thing, the Mass Union of Public Housing Tenants are going to hold their 44th Annual Spring Convention Holiday Inn Hotel and Conference Center, 265 Lake Avenue, Marlboro. That's going to be held. Convention dates are 24th April to 26th April. So you'll be hearing more about that, more detailed information on that in the weeks to come. And with that, I'm going to leave you. I'm Hassan Rashid, and always leave you with the fact that Superior Wisdom. Keep your nose clean, play it straight, and don't forget to assist someone in need of your help. Until next time, I leave you with the universal greeting of peace.
I think he was opening up systemic issues, and the argument that you couldn't get there from here without somehow changing